hot and
Oh,
hot
so
and
hot and
hurt.
hurt. Okay, we got to jump right in. I am so excited. I'm hyped this week.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hyped. We black at it for another not so private conversation. Me and my long distance bestie. It's Martini Mondays. Y'all already know how we get down.
Clink,
I
clink. It
am
was a good weekend. Okay, look, fast forward.
fast
Okay.
forward. Let's get through all of this. I'm so hyped. I have like 1,000 things running through my mind right now, and I
Yeah.
want to touch on all of it with the
Yeah.
time that we have. So this week might be a little scatterbrained, but it's going to be jam packed.
That's okay. That's okay. We have a lot to talk about.
I'm excited. Okay, let's start it off like this. First things first. You heard that? That was an exhale. Some hope has been restored. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are president and VP elect. So that means Trump's reign of terror is finally coming to an end.
Over. Balance has been restored.
Thank God. It has been a wild election season, right?
Oh my God. It's been a long 50 years, these past 4 years.
Good Lord. I feel like I've aged a good decade. But, I would love to break it all down, but we have already been basically inundated with all things politics. And like I said, we're all ready to exhale, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to exhale, but at the same time, this morning I was checking to see what they were saying about him. And I was seeing that the GOP still hasn't like admitted like defeat pretty much. But that was this morning. I don't know if they have yet.
He hasn't conceded. He's probably not going to concede because he's a psychopath. But they don't even need it from him. They just need to move forward. And I know by January, he got to go. He got to go.
Right.
He's probably only going to go in, his notorious fashion, kicking, screaming, tweeting, lying. But he's got to go. Like he has an eviction date, and it is time. And so January 2021 cannot come fast enough.
Come on.
I am excited. So I've been seeing people say that the transition of the presidency can't move forward without a concession by the president. That is not true.
That's not true.
A president does not have to concede. A concession is just a symbolic gesture. It's not constitutionally required for a president to do it. There is no law that requires it, so he can be a sore loser all he wants, and he can continue to decline a peaceful transfer of power.
It's like a good faith gesture.
Exactly.
And we don't have no faith in him, so.
None. It's a tradition to concede to the winner, but hey, what's a tradition to this loser? Right. This guy has broken all tradition.
Yeah. I don't think he knows what traditions are. Yeah, I don't think
he has no respect for this country. He doesn't have to concede though. We can move forward without him. They just will probably quite literally kick him out of the White House.
But you did see, I'm not sure if you saw that Joe Biden, he's put together, him and his constituents have put together plans to transfer power as best as possible if he doesn't concede or if he tries to put any type of blockages in their way. So to make it more difficult for him. So they've literally thought of everything along with our president, Obama. He helped him with this plan. So we'll see how it goes. I have really good faith in the transition, even though I don't have good faith in the current party, but I have good faith that it's going to go smoothly because of who we have in office now.
Right.
We're going to have in office.
Agreed. A lot of people in the country, 74 million people, right, have voted for Joe Biden. And I feel like that was 74 million people being able to express some relief
Right.
Because, for a second, I didn't think it was going to happen. I did not.
See, that's why they need more people like me who keeps hope alive, always believe in a greater good. Because, for people to offset people like you.
I was driving yesterday and I was like, I'm glad this happened. And something deep inside said, like, I knew it was going to happen, but there was a huge part of me that was like, this could not happen. And I was like, I'm a realist optimist. More realist than optimist, but like I hope for the best. But like I said, I always try to like prepare my mind for the worst. But he's got to go. Like, you ain't about to lose your job. You have lost your job.
Move. Get out the way. Yes.
And so, of course, Kamala Harris is vice president-elect, the first Black woman, Asian woman, Indian woman, all of that. Like, you truly love to see it.
Madam Vice President-elect.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Vice President. I'm speaking. Like, iconic. But right now, I do want to specifically shout out Stacy Abrams.
Oh my God, that's what I was about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Stacy Abrams. Oh, girl.
True hero.
Girl. She really did come through.
She came through.
Oh my God, she used every inch of herself and her power and her reach to be able to get people to the polls and vote. And she was responsible for, was it 8 or 80?
800,000 new Georgia voters were registered.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks to
So hopefully she gets a Senate seat. I really do hope she gets a Senate seat. In January.
They stole that race from her 2 years ago. She should be the governor of Georgia right now. But due to voter suppression and racism and all that, she's not. Yeah. But her and her team, like, because there are other people who deserve credit along with her, they really took up John Lewis's baton. And I mean, they ran with it.
Yeah.
And Stacy, like I said, and like you said, Stacy Abrams is a huge part of the reason why we saw Georgia do what Georgia did in this particular election.
Mm-hmm.
She lost the race in 2018, and we were all upset. We were upset. But like a true boss, Stacy Abrams bounced back. And
I can keep me down.
She founded Fair Fight, which is a political action committee that is dedicated to fair elections, making sure that elections are fair in their process across the country. And so since 2018, like we said, 800,000 new Georgia voters were registered. And I think now with about 99% of Georgia reporting, Georgia basically flipped blue.
Yep.
You love to see it. And so for people who don't know, the breakdown of that is the counties in Atlanta, Augusta, Athens, Savannah, and Macon, Georgia. Mm-hmm. Stacy Abrams, a Black woman.
A queen.
Her and her team, they really put Georgia in the game. Yeah. And if I had more martini left, I would say cheers to Stacy Abrams. Like, I am truly proud of that. Revenge is a dish best served blue. And she is killing the game. Now, I think if Biden was smart, not that she would win a Senate seat, but Biden would put her in his administration.
Yes.
She definitely deserves.
Yes.
So standing ovation, round of applause for Stacy Abrams.
Yes, all the things for Stacy Abrams. That's the things. What I'm talking about. Well deserved.
That's what I'm talking about, Stacy Abrams.
That's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.
I'm so hyped. Like, I did not think that this was going to happen. I was praying that it did, but America, can we all agree to never, ever, 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 ever do that again?
Well, history always repeats itself.
Right.
I think I can't remember who it was who said it, but The reason why history always repeats itself is because they always try to hide the ugly truth of America's history and mask it in sweetness. And then when it's put out into people's faces what really happened, people are just so shameful and shocked and they don't want to see it. So it's always going to repeat
country
itself.
was founded on. Look at what this country was founded on.
I mean, honestly, a lot of y'all don't want to hear this. God, it was a professor who said this, and I can't remember his name, but I'm going to remember. But a lot of y'all don't want to hear this, but Donald Trump, this statement is so true. Donald Trump is a product of what this world is all about and what it stands for. So Donald Trump isn't the problem. He's a product of the problem.
Come on.
Will still happen until people learn to change their ways and people learn to basically stop being so selfish and racist.
That is deep in the heart, in the soul of this country. Exactly. That's why Joe Biden keeps saying we are trying to save the soul of the country or whatever. And it's like, because this hatred is in people's souls and it's going to take a lot. Look at what this country was founded on. So I do think while, all of the problems and the issues of the last 4 years have not just miraculously gone away or disappeared, but I do think we just took about 5 good steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
A president who can speak in full sentences. Somebody who can speak with compassion and empathy. And
who knew?
What? Oh
my we almost forgot what that was like.
Boy. Who knew the simple things? Seems like we are on the right track to have those back again. However, while things are changing rapidly politically, COVID-19 is still here, still running the street.
Yes, running rampant. I saw a report that said like 10 million cases and rising. I looked at Jordan and I said, ooh, I've been getting a little too comfortable lately.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going, because I've been going to like volleyball. Remember I told you a couple weeks ago, I went to volleyball. I was supposed to go again tonight. It's like, yeah, that's not happening. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Not about to catch me slipping.
U.S. is surging again. COVID cases are setting daily records again. And I know today Joe Biden announced that he would set up a task force that was going to formulate a real action plan for COVID-19.
That sounds so smart. I have a task force to help with a pandemic that's going on, that's affecting millions of American people. Who knew somebody would come up with something just so effective?
And it gets better. A task force comprised of doctors, researchers,
medical professionals,
scientists,
people who are trained. Oh my God.
Qualified professionals
who spend their lives researching things like this. I didn't even know there were people like this that existed.
What do you know? They will be able to help this country and hopefully the world finally rid itself of this virus. Like I said, competency, compassion, intellect, basic common sense. Wow.
So you mean to tell me I just can't drink some bleach or a little bit of Lysol? That's what you're telling me right now? I'm gonna have to listen to scientists? Oh, okay.
Yeah, these Republicans, these GOP people, they are losing their minds. But I think we just took a huge leap in the right direction. Now you can agree, you can disagree. Guess what? Trump is out of there.
Bye-bye.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Trump, you're fired.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose.
You and these damn Trump impersonations.
All right, Jeanne. We have a special conversation this week, right? We're going to three-way a friend in on this conversation.
We are three-way-in Kendra, aka Ariel, the Little Mermaid, aka Daria.
Oh, wow.
And I'm right because I saw your face when I said it, like, oh my gosh, yes.
A light bulb click for sure. Okay. So let's get Kendra on the phone. Call her up.
Hello.
Hi, Kendra. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
You're doing well.
Fantastic. I got to start off by saying happy belated birthday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Our girl, she went.
Turning 24 is kind of hard.
This bitch. Well, this 24-year-old must have got flued out then last week, huh?
Yeah, girl. Got put out for the 24th birthday. All the stage,
Living it up. Living it up.
Must be
So,
nice.
I don't know if Jeanne told you, but we are going to get into kind of like an open discussion. And so this open discussion is basically going to be for like self-reflection purposes. It's going to be informative for our long distance besties. And hopefully, at home, they can ask themselves these questions and like ask these types of questions to people close to them so they can use that as a tool to build relationships and offer insights, and not just romantic relationships, but friendships and family relationships. And because all last week we talked about outgrowing friendships. So maybe we can use this as a way to grow in our friendships so we can not be out here losing friends like we talked about last week. So I just have some just cold questions, easy reaction questions, but they do require a little bit of self-reflection. But I'm all for your just initial answers. And Jeanne knows how we do it. Like whatever comes to mind, just
Right.
spit it out.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
all right. So, and y'all can go in whatever order y'all want to go in. And of course, I'll answer them as well. This is just, so we can.
Well, we'll let guests go first.
Be on the spot first.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
So the first question is, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I consider myself both, depending on the day.
That's what I would say. I would consider myself like, I think it's called an ambivert. It depends on the people. It depends on the day. It depends on how I'm feeling. Jeanne, what would you say?
I would say both too, because I always complain about being around people, but yet when I go hang out, I'm like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. But I just like being at home like a hermit sometimes. So
you come across to me like an extrovert, like a stone cold extrovert.
Really? What makes you think that? Ask Kendra.
I've been knowing you for years. We both been knowing you for years.
Yeah, but one of the things that we know about me is that I be faking it so I can just go home.
True.
What did you say, Kendra?
That's absolutely true.
So you're what they call an omnivert, Jeanne.
What's that? What does that mean?
You can be extremely introverted when there's a situation that you don't want to be in, or you can really fake it just so that you can get out of the situation.
Exactly. Because I just don't like awkward situations. I don't know how many times we've been somewhere, both of you, and I see somebody that we know and I know like they're gonna want to socialize, and I'm like, nope. And I turn the opposite way. I be ducking and dodging.
You get on your phone and pretend like you're having a conversation with someone.
Oh my God. The queen. She's the queen of that shit.
This isn't about me.
Oh, look, I got somebody on my side maybe tonight. We finna roast you. He always trying to roast me. Here's one. What is your love language?
So my love language is words of affirmation is my highest, and then acts of service and physical touch is like tied second.
Why is words of affirmation your love language, like your top love language?
So I guess for me, actions don't speak louder than words. So I actually need
Really?
Yeah, like it's I need a balance of both. You can't just do and not say it because
Mhm.
I'm not gonna think that you feel that way unless you tell me. So just
Okay.
hearing the words just are important. Just because they just make me feel more encouraged. Like positive words are kind of like life giving. It's like my lifeline, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say, Kendra?
Um,
Love language.
I would say at this point, at 32,
Mm-hmm.
mine is quality time and receiving gifts. And I don't just mean like monetary gifts or like bags, shoes, anything
Mm-hmm.
like that. It can be from the heart because I do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to receive that back.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And I love
I
quality time watching TV, hanging out,
right.
you know.
That's super important. My love language is food. I will fall in love with you.
Is that one of the five?
I think
It's
that's
one
number
of my
6.
it's one of my five, my top five. No, but my real love language, like Kendra said, is quality time. And then I'm big into maybe acts of service would come after that, just because I'm used to doing for myself. We get tired of that. I want somebody else to do for me. That would make me feel much better. And then words of affirmation, physical touch, so forth and so on. I think gifts may be last for me, just
Mhm.
because like you said, Kendra, it doesn't have to be anything material. It
Yeah.
just needs to be something from the heart, something to show that you were thinking about me or you were listening to something that I said.
So I just looked at mine and I definitely didn't click on quality time, and I just realized quality time and acts of service is my second, not physical touch and acts of service. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm actually
Do you think it's
surprised.
a do you think it's a reason why we don't place so much of an emphasis on physical touch?
I think it's because when all the other things line up, it's important, but it's just not the most important.
Yeah. And I think if you have all of the other things, physical touch comes
Exactly.
easy. That's the easiest thing to do to me.
Yeah.
Other people may feel differently, but I think if have your acts of service, you can even include some gifts, quality time, and words of affirmations. The physical touch, hey, that's easy.
Yes. I feel like we do it anyway. Like it's just,
Right. Now, these questions are not specifically tied to um romantic stuff, but if you want to frame it that way, you can. But these are just, all around types of questions. So my next one is, do y'all get angry easily, or are y'all usually calm for the most part?
I am usually calm. For the most part. It takes a lot to make me angry. Um, but if I'm angry, they'll know it. But I'm usually like laid back. I don't yell, I don't scream.
Yeah.
I kind of just hang
Mm.
out and let you destruct yourself.
Oh, that's a good point. John, are you easily angered?
No, I usually have always been chill and then let things build up and then like
Mhm.
take it out like years later on people. So it
Years later.
obviously is not I'm not easily angered. But
Mhm.
I did go through a point a few years ago where I was like mad all the time, but lately I haven't really everything's just been like roll off the back, whatever. So
Did did COVID calm you down?
no, I don't think it started with COVID because it kind of shifted last year when I realized that I was so mad all the time, and I know it had to do something with my previous job. I was so glad when I finally just calmed down. My heart stopped beating so fast all the time.
What changed? You left the job?
I left. Yeah, I was like,
That'll do it.
Yeah, like I signed a contract to stay with them like a little longer, and then when my contract ended, I said deuces. So my blood pressure went way down.
And sometimes it's things that we can't change, so it's kind of like, what are we sitting here holding this anger for when there's nothing we can do about it? So
that's true.
Yeah, I think kind of like y'all said, I've always been the chill one. It takes a lot for me to get upset, but once I'm upset, you need to like get out of my way because it's gonna be some destruction. And I think for me, the older that I've gotten, the shorter my fuse is for whatever reason. I don't really know why. I don't have like a whole lot of stuff to be angry about,
That's
but
because you're a teacher.
I don't know. Like I think it was starting before I got into education. I don't know. I think it's the older I've gotten, my fuse and my tolerance and my patience for stuff. Like I've always been pretty good with patience, but now like I don't want to say I'm hot-headed, but my fuse is very that makes it sound bad. my fuse is very short. Like, no, my fuse is not short. It's just like, you know how you were saying you feel like whatever when you get angry. Like I feel that much more than I ever have my whole life. I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is, but that's why your girl is in therapy now.
It's probably age and everything that's going on in the world around us.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you know about the world. So it
Yeah.
does make you angry. So because you
responsibilities now.
that too.
You always have to take care of something, you know.
Yeah. And adulting be getting my ass. Like every time I turn around, adulting, it just wins. I'm like, bro, how can I get my whole life together? This ain't working.
Oh, scamming ass adulting. The lie it feeds you when you're growing up.
You know. So here is an interesting one. I don't know how much I want to share, but we're gonna get into it since it's Martini Mondays, you know, a little girl talk. And Jeanne, I already know the answer for this one, but
okay.
Do or did you have a first love? And if y'all are no longer together, why did things end?
I did. And it was together for a few years, and then he had a baby with someone that wasn't me. And we were
like I know I was like, who? How young are we talking?
High school.
Okay. He had a baby in high school?
He did.
Okay. And it just left from there. Did y'all ever try to rekindle?
I think we tried, but it was just hard because his baby's mom had ended up moving here, and you know, she was just around, and
yeah.
Like we're cool now, because of course it's like 15,
Right.
but yeah, at that time it was a no.
Dang. That, I mean, that'll do it. That will definitely end things.
Hell
Jeanne,
yes.
what would you say?
Whoa. Like, damn.
Yeah.
But seriously, like those high school loves will really like F you up if you
I think
let
that's
it.
for all three of us. All three of us had like our first loves in high school.
Yeah, because but everybody knows mine. Honestly, mine was kind of boring. We dated. Hell yeah. It was 8 years. He was my first love, and then we broke up because we was together for 8 years, and when we got together, I was 15. So at 24, I wasn't the same person.
Right. And so we talked about this in one of our like initial episodes. Y'all just kind of grew apart, huh?
Yeah. There was, of course, there was like some drama along the way, but it wasn't like Facebook worthy drama or anything like that. I feel like if I would have posted it, people would have been like, this is the driest story I've ever read. Like, it's like, it was like very white,
Well,
why would you say it's white?
But like, it was just, I don't know. It's just like, there was no passion. There was like nothing. It was just it was, like I said, there was drama. There was words, but it wasn't like nobody was calling nobody out of their name. And
so did y'all stay together past y'all's expiration date?
Should it have been over before it was over?
Right.
Yes. Thank you, Kendra. Yes.
It should have been over. So why did it last so long? 8 years is a long time.
Exactly. It's 6 years, I was like, we've been together 6 years. And then at 7, I was like, it's the 7 years itch. You know how they say about 7 years? And so I was, I just chalked it up to that. At 8 years, I was like, I cannot do this anymore.
Wow. Because didn't one time you told me like you always knew y'all weren't gonna end up together?
Yeah, like I remember constantly having that thought. I think I actually remember telling Kendra that while I was with him.
Oh my gosh. Well, damn.
What about you? I'm putting you on the spot. Go.
So just like y'all, like my first love was in high school, like 11th and 12th grade, and we were together for like a year and some change. And it was just, one of those things where it's like, this is not working out. I don't really know.
How was it not working out?
Like, I didn't know what I was doing myself. So we had gone to the same school and we both went to Northwestern, which, I could have made better decisions. I could have made better decisions, but
so what ultimately been the reason why like
love makes you do some stupid things. And at 17, 18, you think that you're grown and you think you want to make these grown-up decisions. And I made those decisions based off of a relationship. And then I should have known, me being me, I can change my mind quick, fast, and in a hurry. And just as fast as I went to school, I broke up with him like a month into my first semester. And it was just over. Like we were kids. That was the issue. We were kids thinking that we were adults, and we were not. And I quickly learned that lesson. And I mean, he's a good dude. He just ain't my dude. So
have y'all ever tried to rekindle that relationship?
We did, and it just wasn't meant to be. And so just like we were talking about with friendships, you can't force something that's not meant to be. You're going to end up hurt. That person's going to end up hurt. Stuff that has no business happening tends to happen, and it just makes the situation worse. So, don't try to force stuff. Lesson learned. High school. Here's a really interesting question. Again, share what you feel comfortable sharing. When is the last time you cried about anything?
Does watching TV shows count? Or like
it does. You talking to girls who cried dog food commercials. So
I think it was probably at the beginning of the year, when I had a breakup. It was more of an I guess an angry cry. That was no longer sad.
You weren't sad. It was an angry cry.
Yeah, I was no longer sad about it. I guess I just had to have some type of release.
Right.
That had happened. Yeah, I think that's probably the last time I cried, other than watching Married at First Sight, things
right.
like
that. Was it like an angry cry, like I'm angry that I spent all this time and now I don't have anything to show for it? Or was it like angry because some other type of extenuating circumstance?
It was partly I wasted all this time and I have nothing to show for it. And also it was because it was a situation where I knew better. And I let myself keep going and I knew it shouldn't happen, but I was more mad, I guess, at myself.
Mad at yourself, yeah.
Ain't crying no more. for that.
Oh, big G.
Jeanne, when is the last time you cried?
Okay, so this morning, episode 10 of Lovecraft Country, I cried.
Oh my goodness. What happened on episode 10?
Episode
That was the last
10
episode, right?
Episode 10 is when Atticus dies and he writes a letter to his dad, Montrose, saying, he hopes that he can accept this last secret he held for him, basically that he was sacrificing himself to save his family. And then, it was like, I told you, it was like some black girl magic, sci-fi, historical. It was a
little bit of everything.
Yeah, but the last episode, it was just like really cool. Hippolyta is my girl.
My favorite character, hands down.
Yeah. And
Kendra, do you watch Lovecraft?
I watched episode 1.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's such a good show.
Until, the little creature started coming out the ground. But I haven't watched any more of it yet. I plan to, I need time.
Definitely take some time.
It takes time.
The season is over. So now you can actually binge it from start to finish. Because we was waiting week by week for these episodes to come out. But Jeanne, why were you crying about this episode again?
It was just when Atticus died, I cried. And then before that, because I watched 9 and 10. So remember 9 went back in time to the Tulsa race riots.
Right.
So I got like really teary-eyed there when they went back and they was doing the spoken word over the scene. And it was showing like all the black people in the black town, Black Wall Street and all that in the 20s, the roaring 20s. And I was just like, it's so beautiful. And black people, we have created our own time and time again. It was, one of the moments.
Oh, you was having a historical cry.
Yeah. You know how it is.
That is hilarious. There's a good. If you had to cry to anything, it would definitely be that. Or you could be like me and be sitting on the couch watching some Hallmark commercial and just be like,
I cried too.
That was really touching. I have never been this person my whole life. Again, with age, I think I am becoming a crier. Yeah. I will cry at anything. I be sitting up here crying at movies, at commercials. I be looking at stuff on like Instagram and Twitter, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? I have never been this person.
You and Kendra and me have never been criers. And then now, every time I talk to y'all, when we watched, I remember Kendra when we were watching the show with Lauren and Cameron and Amber. Love is Blind. And me and you was like, man, when Cameron did this for Lauren, I got a little teary-eyed.
I was on a flight back the other day and I watched Bad Moms Christmas. And like at the end they all got into it with their moms and then they kind of made up. And I was sitting next to one of my friends and I was like tearing up and I was like, I am on the plane. Tearing up about somebody else mom and daughter relationship. So I had to get my stuff together,
Right. I don't know. Like the thug is no more. Like the thug is gone.
What the hell happened?
My G card has been taken from me. I'd be crying at everything and I'd have no clue why. And it's not like just like boo-hoo and crying, but like teary-eyed. I hate that feeling because you feel it in your nose, then your cheeks get hot, and you just be like, why am I crying? I don't know. Maybe it's age.
Yeah, those be the ones. And it's hard to control because I really be like, bitch, I know you. Like this morning, I was like, bitch, I know you are not crying. I even was like, stop crying. Stop crying.
Like, bro, is my period about to come on? Because why am I so emotional? Emotional for nothing. Have you ever lied to protect somebody's feelings?
Yeah. Probably a few times.
A lot.
Can you think of something you lied about to protect someone's feelings?
I lie to my students all the time. I'd be like,
telling people you're on the way when you're not.
How's that protecting their feelings?
They may be in a rush. Some people like to be on time, Jeanne.
A concept. Whoa.
What time? Well, I have been on time lately. Okay.
You have. It's cool.
We're going to let that slide.
I don't know.
That's all that matters.
I used to tell like little fibs. Like back in the day when I had like a little boo up boyfriend or whatever. Like I wouldn't tell him that I was going out to like hang out because I didn't feel like hearing all the crap that would have came with it.
What is that quote that Jody from Baby Boy used to say? I lie to you because I love you.
Love you.
I tell these hoes the truth because I don't care about them. Something like that.
It's like little white lies, I guess.
Tell little lies to spare people's feelings. Like you get a gift that you don't necessarily like, but they'll be like, oh, you like this gift?
Love it.
Right.
Goes to the donation pile.
Right. Knowing good and well, I'm never going to wear this. I'm never going to use it. This is a horrible gift, but I like it just to spare your feelings. Not saying that I have actually, done that before. I'm just saying.
So you have it. So that's what you said. You said you have it.
I plead the fifth.
Okay. We've all done it. I mean, I feel like I've lied, like you said, Mia, for that, and same thing for you, Kendra. And Kendra, I lie all the time. I tell little lies, like I'll, and you know what? I saw a meme of a little lie I always tell this morning, and I was like, this is a sign, and it's a meme of Tracy Ellis Ross. She's getting inside her car. She has this weird smile on her face, and it says, you coming out with us? And it says me, I'll let you know.
Send me the details. I'll let you know.
Exactly. That's my one top most frequent lie is about me.
You are telling the truth about that.
But
I thought you was finna give us something. Like a little white lie you be sliding on Jordan. That's what I want to know.
Trying to think. There's so many.
We gonna come back to that one.
Kendra's usually in on them.
Disclaimer, I am not. I'm not.
Gotta throw that out there. Kendra don't have nothing to do with this. Do you believe that opposites attract?
No, not all the time.
I think it depends. I look at my parents. My parents are polar opposites, and it works for them.
Definitely.
But I don't think that I could be with someone who is the opposite of me. We need to have more similarities than differences. Like if I'm chill, I can't be with somebody who's the life of the party. That's just not for me. I'm actually not attracted to that. But I do think it depends, because there are some traits and features of a person that I am attracted to where they're the opposite. Like, I mean, I can't even recall right now, but I've been in situations and relationships where somebody has been the polar opposite of how I am, and it works for those traits. But overall, that person was not a good fit for me. So like for the instance of like my parents or something like that, sure, opposites attract. But for me, I need somebody who's closer to me.
Yeah, I agree. I would have to have more similarities than differences. Because then when I think about my parents were polar opposites, and it did not work. Like they're totally different. And
that's so true. Both of y'all parents are like so different. It's so crazy. Like when I think of them, I like, I think I even asked Kendra like what was it about your daddy that your mom like was attracted to? Like it's just like the same thing. Like Miss Piper and Miss Piper, I've known them for years, so I've been able to like see their relationship. But at the same time, it's also like, dang, like how do y'all make this work? Because that was so different. It's
and
crazy.
they're high school sweethearts, and I'm like, y'all are night and day, literally. But I guess they are like yin and yang. Like my dad is on
Sometimes
10
it works
all the time. My mom is on 2. Her max might be a 4. She's always super chill. My dad is just the clown of all clowns. I don't know how it works. It usually ends off with my mama making a stank face at him. So
that's usually how mamas are.
My dad is always on 10 and my mama's real chill. And
yeah.
John, are your parents similar?
I think they're more similar than they are different. But the ways that they differ are my dad's like the class clown and the jokester. And my mom's just like a little more serious and stern. But when she's with my dad, is like that kind of melts away. So she's like really jokey and loose. So I guess they're more alike than not. One of the things that I remember about them, one of my fondest memories about my parents, is late at night. A lot of times we would hear them like in their room, like
Kikiing.
Yeah, exactly, kikiing, and we like I would walk in the room and they'll be on the floor, just dying laughing, and they would just have like pictures in front of them or whatever, playing cards, Pokino. I don't know why they used to play. Or was it Poker Keno? How did you say it? I think it was pronounced Pokino, but it was like bingo, poker bingo. My mama used to play it with us for pennies. Anyways, so so when I think about those moments with them, instead of them being parents, them just being Trisha Williams and Kelvin Williams, Duke and Trisha, and Trish,
Big Deuce and Trish.
They just seem way more alike than I saw on the outside looking in, and that it just really seems like sweet. That's what connected them, was that like this. But so, do I believe that opposites attract?
For you,
polar opposites, no. But I don't think I've ever tried to date someone polar opposite of me. Everyone I've dated has been pretty more similar. I mean, what do y'all think?
Jordan is similar to you from your perspective?
Yeah.
It took a long time to answer.
I had to think about it. I think we are in a lot of ways. I don't know. Kendra, what you think?
I think that y'all are similar too. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah. I think because of how so we're similar in that way. Like we're quirky. We like make science and math jokes, and we do things like we're interested in things like that, and we talk about like the wildest stuff, like space, and we look up videos, and then we talk about the ocean and the deepest parts and the creatures unknown. It's just like stuff like that we're interested in, and just have conversations about. So I feel like we're similar like that. I feel like we're different in the ways that we communicate that, and yeah, and basically like, well, actually no, because Kendra, Jordan, when it's time to turn it on, he turns it on. When he turns on the charm, it's like.
But can't we say the same thing about you? Because Jeanne is a flirt. Jordan, cover your ears. Jeanne is the flirt of all flirts. And the crazy part is Jeanne is so charming. This ain't no bigging up Jeanne. Jeanne is so charming that she don't even realize she's flirting.
I don't know.
That little smile you got going on right there?
Huh?
that little laugh with your little red lipstick on. I see it all the time.
We know you, dog.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just out here being me. And I know you ain't talking.
Flirt.
I think it's a Pisces thing.
Oh, I think you're talking about me. I was like, I know you ain't talking about me.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you, Kendra. Y'all, when I tell you Kendra be having the face like you got 2 seconds to step the fuck back, like at all times.
A lot of my friends call me Daria.
I was literally cutting So you full blown buy into the Daria persona. That's you. You're Daria.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to switch the D for a K. We're gonna start calling her Karia. I had no Jeanne said it earlier, and I was like, oh, yes, I can actually see this. This makes so much sense.
Yes.
Some years back, one of my friends, Taryn, shout out to Taryn. I was talking and she was like, shut your Daria sounding ass up. And I was like, dang.
That is actually spot on. That is spot on.
It's so true. This is so true.
Jeanne, you're not going to admit to being a flirt?
I don't think I'm a flirt. I just think that I'm nice to people. And so here's my thing. I don't like uncomfortable situations. So if I'm in one, the best way for it not to be uncomfortable is I always find a similarity or just, try to some type of quick connection so I can fake it and make my exit. And so that's what usually happens. And a lot of times people take that as flirting. And I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like I can't think of any specific stories, but Mia and Kendra know situations I've been in, and it's like, dang, yeah, I walk away. They be like, damn, and I be like, yeah, I was not interested at all. I just
batted my eyelashes and I was just laughing, a cute little girly laugh and flipping my hair, but I wasn't flirting.
I got an afro. It doesn't flip.
No, but me and I still agree you're a flirt.
Yes. Get out. You are a flirt. You're so good
a flirt. Mia is a flirt too.
Nobody
you get caught up in the same situations as I do.
I'm just nice to people.
Oh, okay. So that's what you do it. That's how it is.
I don't be batting no eyelashes though.
Anyways, moving along.
Moving along. Okay. Here's one that I want you to put some thought into. And you can use personal experience or you can just kind of go off of your everyday life beliefs. Do you believe in love at first sight?
You watch the show all the time, so
that's Married at First Sight.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, I don't. It may be like lust because you see the way they look and smell and dress and things like that. So of course you like what you see, but I don't think it's love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would work out for me.
Yeah, I absolutely, hands down, do not believe in love at first sight. I don't believe that you can look at a person and be like, I love them. That's full on physical lust, or just this person fits an idea of what I think I want. You don't even know them. So I don't think you can fall in love at first sight. I think that's called like a positive illusion or something like that. Jeanne, what about you?
I agree. I don't believe in it. I think people who do believe in it because, I mean, like honestly, when you think about statistics and numbers, you have to realize that at some point it's going to line up for you. So that's how people win the lottery. Think about it. It's like a lottery. Seriously, it's like a lottery. It's like there's so many people in the world. When you think about statistics, there is eventually going to be a set of people who see each other, and it just happens that everything else about them align with each other. So it's just like a unique situation, and there's billions of people in the US or in the billions of people in the world. And eventually people gonna start pairing up that way, and then they're gonna create this positive illusion, and they started calling it love at first sight. But it's not really love at first sight. It's just that you were attracted to someone, just like everyone is attracted to someone that they're attracted to the first time they see them, if they are attracted to them the first time they see them. And it just so happened that everything else about the personality and y'all's character aligned.
That is
just like luck, just like the lottery.
Really informed answer. It's like the lottery, right place, right time kind of thing.
Yep.
That is interesting. So it could be intrigue at first sight, or like we said, lust at first sight, but love at first sight. If you're saying that it is love at first sight, that makes me question your definition of love.
I think they call it love because they're like, eventually they fall in love, but everything else they realized from the beginning felt perfect. So it's just like, oh, it was love at first sight. And it's like, was it? Because if he would have had one thing wrong that wouldn't have gone your way, would it still be love at first sight?
That's definitely an interesting way to put it. So now turn kind of in towards yourself. What is something that you love about yourself?
I love that I have a big, caring heart. I will help people, even if it was my last.
So true.
I think about everyone before myself.
So true.
I don't know. I'm just a giving person.
Where do you think you got that from?
Her mom.
Yeah, my mama.
Oh,
Well, and my auntie. Like, I think it's pretty much my family.
Yeah.
They always been like that as I was growing up, and I guess I just went along with it.
Nice. I really like that answer. That selflessness. That is a admirable trait. Jeanne, what is something that you love about yourself?
I was going to say that I'm caring, but then Kendra stole it. But basically the same thing. And basically what she said, I will give my last. I think about everybody. Like Kendra even told me last week, like, if you do not have it, do not give it. Because I just have a
that's
big
true.
heart. And I think that's like one of the ways where me and Kendra are a lot similar in the fact that we may not always do it pleasantly, but a lot of times we will give our last. Like, it may not be like, here, just take it, but it's gonna be like, here, this is my last, with a firm message attached to it. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like we're very similar in that way. We both do that. But then Kendra, she takes it to a whole nother level. Cause she like, oh, I saw this on Amazon and I ordered it for you. She's like that friend.
Nice. I was gonna ask, do y'all kind of, since y'all both are similar in that way, do y'all kind of feel like you like take on that burden of, you feel like that's heavy on you to help people? You feel like that's something that you must do, or you're like called to do?
For me, I think like some years ago, it was a burden, a lot actually. But I think getting older, since I've learned more of how to say no if I need to, it's less of a burden. Because like if I can't do it, or if I don't want to do it, or whatever, like no, I no.
Right. So you have learned the art of saying no.
Because before it was a yes, and I'd be scrambling around trying to get, do what I said I was gonna do, even though I couldn't do it, or I didn't have time, or whatever it was. But now, no.
You don't feel guilty about saying no. I know, Jeanne, you kind of, I'm gonna put you out on Front Street. You kind of have some people pleasing tendencies.
Yeah.
So like,
I can't even lie. I'm still working. I'm still in the oven. That's something that I'm working on. It's something that Kendra keeps me accountable for, like a lot. Because I do have I need to fully accept it. I think when I fully accept it, I'll be able to recognize it so I can say no. I've gotten a little better at saying no because it was like I would say yes to people that I worked with and I hadn't been working with them for that long and they're asking me for like favors that your best friend of 20 years would ask you for, and I'll be like, yes, I will see how I can help you, and if I can't help you in the way you ask me, I'll find out anybody who can, I'll do
That's
stuff
what I
like
was
that.
gonna say. It's like when you find out you can't help them with with exactly what they need, you will find another way to compensate. And I'm like, girl, you do not have to break your back for people.
No, I'm getting better.
Do it. I can't do it. I can't help you. I can't find it. I don't have the money. Whatever.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Me and my therapist were working on that, and
Schedules another appointment with my therapist.
tomorrow 10 a.m.
So what is the biggest misconception that people have about you? Like they got it wrong, but they
I'll go
don't know they
first
got
because
it wrong.
mine is simple.
Okay.
People think I'm like uppity. Like people will say it. Like people told me that like my whole life. And I'm just not. Like I make like uppity jokes all the time. But then like I'll say something like like I tell Kendra like shit, even I'm broke and I know better than to blah 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 blah, because it's like, it's just me making fun of it because people have told me all this time like I'm uppity, but it's like, no, I'm just regular, degular, schmegular, like to do hood rat things with my friends, like just like everybody else.
So people call you a snob?
Yes, gotten that a few times.
Snooty. Has anybody ever called you arrogant?
Yeah.
Why would they call you arrogant? Self-confidence and arrogance, there is a difference between the two. So
I think when people don't know you, they confuse arrogance, like they perceive what you're putting off as arrogance and confidence, because in those moments when I've been called those things, I didn't feel confident at all. So it's like what you see coming from me, like this person that you hate so much, that's not how I was feeling in the moment. So girl, I hope it was worth all these thoughts going through your head, because you definitely overthought it.
Kendra, what would you say is people's biggest misconception about you?
The one that I can think of is a lot of people think that I'm mean.
I knew you were going to say that.
I guess because of my resting bitch face.
That's what I was going to say. You're RBF.
I mean, y'all know me, and I'm not like this, raging bitch or anything.
Right.
I mean,
we all have resting bitch face, though.
Yeah, but I guess some people think that I'm just mean, and some people scared to talk to me and stuff. That's what I heard.
Kendra's resting bitch face is not like a bitchy face. It's literally the well face emoji with the two slit eyes and the straight mouth. That's like a resting face. On the side eye, that's like a resting face.
But I am the sweetest person.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of situations where I thought and felt like it was justified for Kendra to lose her shit. And she handled it so well that I was like, I need to do better with emotions, because obviously I don't have this thing figured out like she does. Because I really be like, so you gonna tell him something? So you gonna, Kendra be like, I'm not even worried about it. I'll be like, what?
I'm not yelling at the people no more. You know what you did, and it's gonna come back to you.
That's a good one. I think people's biggest misconception about me, because I can relate to Kendra's and Jeanne, I can relate to yours as well. I think the biggest misconception people have about me is that I'm like no nonsense, like I don't play no games. But if you know me, you know I'm all about the games. Like, I'm full of nonsense. If you ask Aaron, like, all I do is goof off and laugh, troll, make fun. Like, I like to have a good time. And like, people, I guess, don't know that if they're not like my close, intimate friends, or like, you know, people who are around when I'm just in a jokey mood. Like, Aaron swears I'm never serious. Like, I'm always goofing off, and I'm like, but for people who don't know me,
I'm surprised that was yours.
Yeah, like, people think I'm just no nonsense. I don't
Really?
laugh. I like, people have called me stuck up. They do the whole light skin thing.
That's the one I thought that you were going to say.
I get it all. Like, people have plenty of misconceptions about me, and they're just not true.
Yeah.
Here is the last question. We'll end off the conversation for the night. What is your greatest wish for your life? The greatest thing you could hope or wish for?
At this point, it'll be to stay healthy, of course. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just live a healthy life with a husband.
Yeah.
Of course, be healthy, but like, I want to have a family. You know, do all the family things. You know, cars, whatever, all that stuff. I hope that'll be in my story.
John, what would you say is your greatest wish or hope for your life?
Good question. I never really thought about it. Maybe just fulfillment. You know, don't have to be rich, don't have to have everything. I just want to be fulfilled in my purpose. And I think that's what will give me a happy life, just to be fulfilled in my purpose.
Do you know what your purpose is?
Not yet. I'm still looking.
I think for me, my greatest wish or my greatest like hope for life is to find a way to be of service to other people. And hopefully, like, if I can just do one thing for one person that makes their life better, or, you know, it maybe even changes their life for the better, then I feel like that's a part of like my mission or my goal in life. Like, that's a huge aspiration for me. So like, a lot of people are like, well, teachers do that all the time. And it's like, yeah, but I haven't had that experience yet. Maybe I
That's what I was
will,
gonna
maybe I
ask
won't.
you. Like, don't that align with what you do, because you are such a caring person who wants to like impact people and make a change? Doesn't that align with teaching?
It does, but again, what did I call myself last time? I'm a recovering perfectionist. So like, it's never enough. I have to do more. I have to do it better. I have to do it in a more efficient way or something like that. So it's like, I'm always trying to find a way to do something better, because it's just not enough. And it's like, again,
That's
therapist
like
speak
the
now.
plight of life.
That is all the questions I have. But thanks for joining us, Kendra. We have been talking about having you on, so I'm glad it finally worked out.
I'm excited. I have fun.
John.
So for the LDBs, just so y'all know, Kendra is one of those friends. When we talk about the friends that we have had like over our lifetime, Kendra is one of those who's been here and is still here. So you know, when I be like no new friends, like I really don't try to take that literally, but for some reason when you look at my friend group, it
It's
really
literal.
is like no new
Dead
friends.
Dead ass, no new friend. What are those?
Like this girl has just been like the one of the biggest supporters that I have ever had, and has pushed me in a lot of ways and made me uncomfortable a lot of times where I did not want to be uncomfortable, but it turned out to be the best thing for me in my life. So I really do appreciate you, Kendra. I appreciate you coming on. And like, I really do hope that your 24th birthday was
was magical.
It was magical. It was all that you wanted to be, you know, since you all got flued out and all, and was enjoying the LA sun. Just a little jealous over here. Just a little jealous.
Mia asked earlier when was the last time we cried, and you was about to make me tear up a little bit.
Oh God.
Gonna make Karia cry.
But all right, Karia, all right. That's enough. Look, you're breaking out of character, Karia.
Over that already.
All
But
right,
cool. All right,
LDB.
Kendra, well, we will holler at you.
All right, bye.
Bye, Kendra. Thanks again.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, LDB, so much for listening in on this not so private conversation with our really good friend Kendra, aka Karia.
New nickname alert.
New nickname alert, guys. I know we talked about this earlier, but just one more time, I just want to say, like, the peacefulness that it seems like has come over the United States is just astronomical. It's like, it felt like everyone's anxiety was so high you could cut the tension when you would walk outside. Like, it's just, you could just feel it. You could feel like everything about to boil over. And everyone who went out there and used their voice, like, you really made a difference. You should all really be proud of yourselves. Like, for real.
Y'all did it big. 74 million people voted for the right candidate. So y'all really got out there and used your voice and voted and showed the world, showed our country for sure that democracy can work.
So guys, give yourselves like a round of applause. Take the time out this week to celebrate. You know, celebrate the victories, because if we
go dance in the street like everybody else.
You see these people during COVID?
Look,
Oh Lord.
I'm like, look, where they doing it at in Houston? Because honestly,
I'm not going.
I feel good enough to dance in the street. I'm just so relieved.
By myself. But yes, I do feel
With a
good
mask
with a mask on. Yes, but yes, Mia, that is perfect. Go dance in the street. That's some Grey's Anatomy shit. If y'all do not know, go dance it off. But like I said, LDBs, give yourselves a round of applause. Celebrate, have a drink, small victories.
We have not won the war,
right?
But we got another battle under our belt. We got to keep fighting.
Exactly. So thank you guys. Like we said, make sure y'all hit us up at notsoprivatepod@gmail.com and join us again next week for another Not So Private conversation. Bye.
Bye, girl.
Thank you so much, long distance besties, for joining us again for another Not So Private conversation. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Jeanne V. Williams. That's at Jeanne, Jeanne V. Williams, and at Perfectly Mia. That's at Perfectly MIA. And if you have any topic suggestions or any questions, shoot us an email at notsoprivatepod@gmail.com.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. Remember to leave a review on Spotify, Apple, and Google. You can also find us at Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and Breaker. And you can find us on anchor.fm/NotSoPrivatePod. Now you can also hear us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Not So Private Podcast channel. Now, with all of that being said, join us next time for another Not So Private conversation.